How about that? Welcome to rBeatz with another session of local music somewhere. I'm your host, Greazy Keyz, and that was the Deep Shallow Band. And I'm welcoming into the studio today Jackie, Fallar, and Rusty Stevens of the Deep Shallow Band to tell us about what's going on with you guys. Welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So Deep Shallow Band, you guys have been around for a long while, right?
Well, not as this unit, you know. So like if you go back to the acoustic side of it, probably 7 years, you know, and then 2022 in October is when I formed this unit.
As
Jackie joined in January? I think January 23.
Right on.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I've been very fortunate to know Rusty for a very long time. He and I have been playing music off and on for 25 years or so.
Probably.
More than that. So I'm thrilled to have you here. And Jackie, just thrilled to have you here as well to talk about really kind of helping breathe new life, I would say, into some of the music that Rusty's written and performed over the years. So the Deep Shallow Band, tell us a little bit about the band itself.
Well, it's the three of us are from Satchelfoot, which was my 90s and 2000 band that Jason also played in it for a while there. So I kind of brought those guys, but for a while, you know, I was in Satchelfoot for that long, and then I played drums in a band called the Driftwood Project, and then bass in that band as well. And then took a long hiatus. Came back acoustically with Mike Van Hoy after I saw him play. You know, it took me a little while to get myself back ready again, but started writing and brought Mike on, and then decided we wanted to do a full band because I forgot how cool it was. You know?
Right.
And then I realized it's like herding cats. I forgot how much of a pain it is. You know? So I brought Rob Conrad and Chip from Satchelfoot back into the band, and then got Trey Walker, who's a Charlotte native, who played in Dalai Lama and Muscadine and a bunch of other stuff. And he really kind of put it, you know, getting him was the big deal. Is you know, there's not that many drummers like that cat, you know.
Oh, I agree 100%. Trey Walker is a unique drummer, unique person, and to have him in the band has definitely been a boost.
Yeah. And then, you know, obviously you've recorded on all of our recordings so far and played multiple gigs with us, so that's been great, you know. And then I found Jackie on Facebook. I stalked her, you know.
Super creepy.
The creepy stalker
boy.
guy, you know. You know, I knew her boyfriend and her boyfriend's sister real well, and she would always post Jackie, and I was like, wow, I really want to sing with her. So it took me a while to grab her, though. She ignored me. She was giving me the hand for a long time.
Talk to the hand.
I was so busy.
So let's talk about you, Jackie. So, you know, you are a native Charlottean, correct?
Yes, I am. Yeah,
so tell us a little bit about your background and where you come from musically.
So my mom's side of the family is Filipino, and it's just like a stigma, like all Filipinos can sing, and you know, either you get the gene or you don't get the gene. So it's like
amazing.
I was the one in the family that got the gene, so I was always like pushed into, you know, karaoke and doing all these things, and we were like singing the national anthem at our events for the Filipino community or anything like that. But when I was younger, my mom let me audition for the St. Peter's Episcopal Choir downtown Charlotte, right next to Discovery Place, and I was with them training vocally with secular and sacred music for about 4 years, maybe like 11 to 15.
Yeah.
And, you know, I turned 15 and I was like, this isn't cool anymore. I'm in a girls choir. So I kind of graduated to just kind of doing things on my own. And I think 10 years ago, I formed a band with my boyfriend, who Rusty knows,
Right, Eric.
Eric,
Mm-hmm,
and two of our other friends, Ron and Jesse, and we developed like a little 4-piece cover band group, and we're still together. I love playing with them. They're so much fun. It's more like a heavy rock music.
Right.
And then I have like an acoustic duo with my buddy Scott, and I've just been playing music. I mean, I love all genres. I like singing all of it. So I literally have 4 different. I'm in a wedding band as well.
Yes.
So I you know all them too. So I just I like to dip my toes in all the genres, and this piece, a project that we've been doing, is probably one of the coolest because I actually get to give my own input and I get to write music.
Right.
And it's nice to just see something that you've thought up being put on paper and then being recorded and then hearing it on, Spotify or whatever platform is just crazy to me.
So is Deep Shallow your first experience with an original band?
Correct. Yes.
Very cool.
I wrote music when I was little, but I just never, I never had the platform to put it out. I never had the resources to do anything with it. And when Rusty was like, "Oh yeah, we're writing an album," and I was like, "Yeah, people tell me they want vocals on albums and stuff," so I just kind of put it off. And then Eric was like, "Did you call Rusty? Did you call Rusty?" And I'm like, no, but okay, I will. So then I hit him up and he sent me all the songs, and within like 2 weeks, I think, I was in the studio, just kind of came up with my own harmonies. He was like, "I just need harmonies. I need a female vocal. I need that groove in there." And I just kind of listened to it, and I was like, I love this music. Like it was like speaking to me. So I just kind of threw my little funk on it.
You sure did. You definitely put your groove on it.
It's been really
cool.
Stole
my job.
Well, hey, a wise man knows to work
way. Gave me the job.
A wise man knows to work his way out of a job. So
yeah.
And so with that, with songwriting, how do you guys formulate that? Because I know Rusty, you've obviously been a songwriter for a long time, and I mean, through Satchel Foot, it seemed like you would always bring the songs and the rest of the band would kind of flesh out musically the ideas.
Same thing.
But lyrically, you kind of did a lot of this thing. So are you guys more collaborative with Deep Shallow now?
Yeah, definitely. I think I come up with, a lot of the parts. This is probably the most creative space I've ever been in. I don't know why, but I'm slinging it right now.
With definitely super
great music. Yeah. And so when Jackie, when I brought her in, the whole album was written, but then we started writing more for the net, and not really. I guess we'll compile it into an album, but we're trying to release singles each quarter,
right?
And but she's been writing on both of our last 2 releases. She had a big part of writing in, and especially Waiting on the Nighttime. That was kind of funny because we wrote a chorus to it, and I couldn't come up with a melody at all. And I tried for days. And so I rewrote the chorus and just upset the whole world when I did that. The band was like, "We don't like that. It's awful." I was like, "Wait a minute." And I was like, "Man, I can't come up with I was like, I cannot come up with a melody or a cadence over this." And Trey was like, "That's why we got her. She's sitting across the room." And I was like, "Man, this is her first time ever writing. Calm down." And he was like, "She's going to be in this band. She needs to bring it." And she brought it. Like immediately she slung it, and all of us had goosebumps, and I was like, all right, I can write some lyrics to that. Yeah. But then I started working with her writing lyrics. So it's just having, a compadre that you can sit down and actually, do some stuff with, bounce stuff off with. And then it was funny because when she first started doing it with me, she was like, "Is this how people write? This is awful. This
like
is
looking up words that rhyme." Thesaurus.com.
Right. Just trying to figure out what we could do. And then she sent me a reel with Taylor Swift doing the same thing with her keyboard player. She was like, "Oh my God, this is really how people do this."
It really is.
And I was like, "It is. You just kind of bang stuff out." And I think the first release, Finding My Way Back, I told her what that was about and what I felt about it. And I kind of had the first chorus done. And then I said, or the first verse done. Yeah. And then I was like, "Look, I've got to go. I'm going to Wilmington. On the way down, we'll chat over the phone tomorrow or whatever." And I called her and she was like, "Well, I got bored and I went ahead and wrote this." And I was like, wow, that's a
little spark for inspiration.
Yeah. So, the second verse was hers, and so it's just nice to not have to put it all on you.
Right.
And to hear what somebody else is going to bring to your idea.
Right.
Or they have their own idea, whatever, Right. So I think
he just basically gave me keywords. He was like, "These are like the words that I want the feel to be for the second verse, and like I want these things to come together in it." And then I just kind of like pieced it together, and tried to make it fit with the cadence that we had and the vocals that we already, like the vocal melody that we already had. And I really thought that it was going to be harder than it is.
Right.
For some reason, it's just kind of coming to me sometimes. Like it doesn't happen naturally all the time, but when I get in that groove, it's just like, I could do this for hours. Like I could just write and write and write.
That's a testament to your talent.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never ever thought that I would be able to do this.
Well, there you go. That's awesome.
And watching her grow and shine is the greatest thing in the world to me.
Right.
You know, it's like pulling that out of her, and I mean, it's been a joy.
It's the throne. You've earned it.
I know she got the throne. I got this thing here.
Right.
She's winning it all right now. You know.
So yeah, like you said, Rusty, earlier, that you've been in music for a long time, and you even said kind of changed up instruments. started out singing, playing guitar.
Well, I started I played drums in school. Yeah. So and then started playing guitar. I didn't start playing guitar till college.
Right. Okay.
My sophomore year.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to pick and grin. I was like, if just somebody will hang out and drink a beer with me and play, that'll be my in the living room. That'll be great. And the next thing I know, I was opening up for Dave Matthews and Hootie and the Blowfish and Aquarium Rescue Unit and Edwin McCain. And I was like, wow, this is really going somewhere. So, and then I always wanted to be a drummer, and I got tired of telling drummers how to play my songs. So I took lessons from Donnie Marshall for 2 years and became a drummer. And then I got pushed into bass. So I went and took lessons to play bass, because I didn't want to play bass like a guitar player playing bass. I wanted to attack it as a bass player, because it's a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
All guitar players can play bass, but they sound like guitar players playing bass.
Guitar player does not equate bass player.
No, not at all. Right. So, and then I did that, and it really helped me in writing as well.
Does having those different perspectives affect your writing?
Yeah, I think so, because I've always heard all the instruments. It's really weird. I hear them all, and it's I don't know if it's my attention deficit disorder, but I hear everything when I'm on stage, when I'm writing. And I played a little bit of piano before, and I'm getting ready to get another one, because I want to write more from a piano perspective, because I think on guitar you get caught in patterns that you can't get out of.
And I feel the same way as a piano player. Coming back is like, if I do sit down and write a song, I tend to write from guitar. The same perspective is like, I find myself getting maybe a little too complicated with the piano.
Sure.
As opposed to, keeping it simple with chords and 3 chords and the truth kind of approach.
Yeah. So. I think that's, that's a big, the biggest compliment I ever had musically was from you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm crying in the
You came over to my house one day when the Quickster was there.
Yeah.
And I think you got him from the bus station and brought him over there.
Absolutely.
As you never know what that guy's going to be doing. And Ricky, would shout out to you, brother. I think he's listening in Florida now. But I played a song for you, and I was like, what do you think about this? And you said, I think what I've always thought, you have an uncanny ability to write a really great melody over a simple chord progression. And I thought, wow, that's, wow.
Well, and it still holds true.
Yeah, I think so.
Without, obviously you have great guitarists like Chip Cooper and Mike Van Hoy to sort of, embellish the chord structure that you've written.
Sure.
But yeah, absolutely. To me, it's like, that's what really, if your song can be executed on acoustic guitar just as well as with a 6-piece, 7-piece band, then that's a
win.
That's a win, totally. and a testament to the song itself.
Yeah, and and our drummer Trey, I've never had a drummer that actually could get involved in the writing process.
He's very musical.
It's insane. He's like, I want the guitar to do this.
Yeah, he's like correcting us at practice. It's like, no, why don't we do it like this?
Yeah,
and we're like, wow, that's a great idea. You're a drummer.
Yeah. So he's massively involved in writing, and so is Rob. Rob's been on like 5 albums. Trey's been on like 7 albums. Trey's toured the country. So having all that talent in this band, it's an insanely talented band. I mean, it's I'm probably the least good in the band, that's a testament. But I think it brings you up. If you're the weakest link and you're good, then the band's going to be great.
And I think you've got a winning combination of personalities as well. There's like no super ego,
none.
Because I've been very fortunate to play with a lot of talented people, but then the most talented person could have the worst ego or personality problem, and then it's like, why would there's no interest then. That totally turns it off.
It kills it. Yeah. And everybody in this band loves each other. It's like a family. It really is. You know, we all just get along. And before Jackie came in the studio, I was like, let's go have lunch and make sure we vibe, you know, because I didn't want to put her in a situation that she wasn't comfortable. And then we got, you know, we immediately kindred spirits. Then we went into the studio and I did my first cut, and Scavone was our producer. Jason and Mike Mitchell, both of those guys have been our producers.
Awesome.
Putting those two together was the most brilliant thing I ever did. I didn't even know I was doing it.
Fantastic.
That was shockingly brilliant. And they were like, wow, we're great together. I was like, yeah, you're amazing. But and then after I finished, he was like, all right, Jackie. And I was like, whoa. You know, she's just here to observe. And he was like, nope, I heard her sing. She can do it. Get in there right now. Yeah. And he threw her in there and she was like, I'm not scared. I'm in. And so and immediately I was like, wow, this is a win.
So was that your first experience recording in the studio, Jackie? Or?
I think my first like real experience was like for longer than just one song, because I recorded like a Christmas song when like maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago. But Chunky Daddy, the wedding band that I'm in, we recorded a promo.
Yes.
With oh my God, I can't remember right now. He's awesome. We recorded in his studio, and it was just like clips of songs, like the chorus of this or like the verse of this, but I never actually got to experience a full album recording session. So that was very cool just to see like, you know, how many takes you can do it in, and it's almost like a challenge for me to just like get in there and get it done in one take.
Absolutely,
but they were very, you know, they pushed me to do more than what I was giving them, and it was kind of like, can I do this? Like, am I going to be able to pull this off? And then they hit record, and I'm like, stuff's coming out of my mouth, and I'm like, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. And they're like, oh, we knew you had it in you. Let's try it one more time. Let's see what else you got. And it's just like, I don't know where it came from. It was crazy.
So the album that we're talking about was the latest release you guys did, Copy and Paste, correct?
Copy and Paste was the album. Now, she came in just at the end of that for the vocals, but she came on the last two. Well, we've got 3 recorded, or 4 or whatever, but she came in for that, the whole thing. I got to watch the whole thing. So with Copy and Paste, it was already done by the time I finally got her to call me back.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that the timeline.
I was at the tail end of that. They had already finished almost everything.
Yeah. So Scavone was like, you know, hey, I got some girls that we're going to, he was like, I hear female vocals all over this record. Yeah. And I want to bring somebody in. And he was like, I'll even lend my voice to this. This is a really good record. And I was like, well, I'm courting this girl, so just hold on a second. And once she came in and sang, both Mitchell and Scavone were just like, man, we're not putting anybody else on here. That's going to take away. You two are way too good together. And I knew we would be, but nobody else did. And, you know, I don't know why I thought we would be, but we just harmonized really well together and it worked. And so they actually, on the second song, I think they gave her own verse. So they started putting her more into from the get-go. Right. But then the last 2 that we've released, she's the lead vocalist on. So I started writing more towards her at that point, because she's just got such a big voice. Those
songs are Waiting for the Nighttime.
And Finding My Way Back.
Finding My Way Back, which we saw a little bit of the video for.
Yes. Yep. Then the video for Waiting on the Nighttime will be released soon as well, probably next month. Yeah, we just
those are all
that.
singles, right?
Yeah.
And so you guys have another single you're working on, correct?
Yeah, well, we've got multiple actually. We've got we've got Andrea. We brought back one of my the first song I ever wrote, and did it into a reggae version. You played that the other day with
Individual Plan.
Individual Plan. Right. Yes. And so I wanted to do it again, but I was like, you know, Trey's a really good reggae drummer, and not many people are. And I knew that from back when he played in the reggae band. So I was like, Trey, you know, I want to redo Individual Plan with a reggae beat. And he was like, oh, and started hitting it.
Yeah.
I was like, there it is.
That's it. Yeah.
And then I wanted Jackie to sing it because I already recorded it before and I'd already sang it. I didn't want to redo what I already did. Sure. I wanted something completely different. And man, it made it 10,000 times better.
Love that. Well, we're going to hear a live performance here in just a couple of minutes. So we have about 5 minutes before we take a break. Is there anything else you guys would like to add or talk about that we haven't maybe discussed yet?
I want to thank our sponsors, but, you know, in this world, in this music world, you know, not selling records, you know, you got to create money from somewhere. So I'd like to thank Bodyworks Plus, Advanced Tech Systems and Automation, and I would like to thank the BizSpa. That's our marketing team, and they kill it for us, man. They're amazing. So, you know, definitely want to.
And that's really smart too for a band to have partners like that. You know, because like you said, it's not easy.
No, not for an original band. Yeah, if you want to, and you got to keep recording, you know,
Right.
and when you have the momentum that we have right now, I don't want to stop. I mean,
Right.
because we've got so many songs. We're going back into. We just bought the rights to a cover that we're going to do acoustically with a string section. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be amazing. And then we have 3 or 4 of our own originals that we're coming into, and we've got like 3 in the background that are still. It's like I can't get them done because we keep coming up with new ones.
Love it. Yeah. So
Literally go to practice and he's like, "Oh, I wrote a new song," and we're like, "We haven't finished the last one."
Well,
He's like, "Well, let's just play it anyway."
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see you kind of revitalize Rusty in your songwriting, and because I've been around your songs for a long time and enjoyed them and enjoyed playing them, and it's great to see those sort of, you know, that inspiration kind of refired in you.
Yeah,
So
I don't know
way
where
to
it
go.
came from, but it's
Right.
there, you know, right now. And
Well, again, I think
you got to
you know,
ride it as long as you can.
That's right. Well, again, with the band that you've assembled, I think you probably have years to come with
I hope
great
so.
talent,
So,
you know, and
yeah.
great songs. So
And I would like to tell Charlotte to, you know, go find some original music,
Yes.
man. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not putting down
yes.
cover bands by any means, but you know, Waiting on the Nighttime, we wrote that based upon the fact that we used to go out and just go into clubs and find whatever original band we could and just see if we dug them.
Yeah.
And that's what that whole song's about, is just go find somebody, man. Go find that sound and go find some original music, because, you know, they're going to play covers too. You're going to know something that's out there, but, you know, find that next band, you know, because there's plenty of us out there. There's a lot of talent coming out right now, man.
And that leads to me to the question, you know, what is your impression or you know, with the change of the music scene in Charlotte? You know, you've been a part of it for 30 years, and we got see venues kind of come and venues kind of go. So, you know, what is it like to navigate that for you now?
It's tough coming back, you know, and building a new fan base. And because, you know, there's a lot of tribute bands and there's a lot of, so I think original music has always been tough in Charlotte.
Right.
And I'm not sure why. You know, you get to the college towns, I mean, they're you know, that's a little bit different because they're younger, they're looking for that. But, you know, I'm surprised though at how fast we have grown a fan base, and people really dig our music. And I told Jackie, I was like, wait till you see them singing your songs in the crowd back to you. And first time that happened was at a Visualite. She was like, wow, that blew my mind.
Yeah, just playing there just still blows my mind, because that's one of my
great
favorite
venue,
venues
really.
in Charlotte. I've
It
seen
is.
so many bands there, and it's like, I'm on the Visualite stage. This is weird. Like, it's full circle.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Bernie was cool. You know, it's just like, Bernie, hey, we're back. And he was like, yeah, you got a gig. He didn't even listen to us, you know. And I was like, hey, we're back.
Yeah.
We hadn't even gone to the studio at that point. I was like, hey, I told Rob, I was like, call Bernie, tell him we're back. We need a gig, you know. And he gave it to us immediately. So
I love that.
shout out to Bernie and the Viz, man. That's it's my favorite venue to play.
It's a fantastic room, and I know they've gone through a lot of challenges, but I'm just so thrilled to see them, you know, continue
They're
to have
thriving.
great shows and
Yeah.
kind of do their thing. So
And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. We always putting out stuff, and we'll be doing more, you know, fun stuff on that. And then the deepshallowband.com, you know, that's where they can find all our music. It's you know, it's on every platform, 250 platforms. I
Jump
guess.
in the pond, man.
Yeah, jump in the pond. That's our fans, or the pond. Come on, get in the pond.
Love it. Well, hey, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna let Rusty get his guitar on, and you guys are gonna perform a song here in the studio with rBeatz.com.
Can't wait.
Again, this is Greazy Keyz with Locals Music Somewhere, the Deep Shallow Band. We'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Annalise, host of What's Trending Now on rBeatz.com, bringing you this week's DJ World Beats hottest trending bangers on rBeatz Radio and Media Streaming Network. Let's get right into it. Coming to PNC Music Pavilion in Charlotte, Earth, Wind & Fire in Chicago on their Heart and Soul Tour on August 13th. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. and you can get your tickets at livenation.com. Grindhouse Studios, Summer Vibes Songwriter Lock-In Part 2 is coming up Saturday, August 3rd. Doors open at 12 p.m. and it goes till 3 p.m. To learn more, visit grindhousestudios.com. Morgan Wallen is coming back to Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium on Saturday, October 19th, and he'll be joined by Bailey Zimmerman, Nate Smith, and Brian Martin. Trending now on We Global Radio, DJ World Beats brings you Russ with Workin' On Me, Igu by Nati featuring Kabaka Pyramid, Pisty P with Change Your Life. Up next, USA Heroes Radio on rBeatz.com, our classic rock and country stream. We bring you Best Friends for Life by Grace Lear, and 2 songs from Deep Purple, Pictures of You, and Portable Door. And finally, our global pop stream, 25/8 366 Global Radio. We have I Can't Lose You by Confidence Man, One Night and All Night by Justice and Tame Impala, and I'm the Drama by Bibi Rexha. That concludes this week's countdown. Be sure to check back for what's trending on the local, national, and international music scene. We have officially closed out July and are welcoming August.
Welcome back, rBeatz, to Local Music Somewhere. I'm Greazy Keyz. We're in the studio with Jackie Fallar and Rusty Stevens of the Deep Shallow Band with an exclusive performance of an original song.
Yeah, brand new. It'll be released soon. So, ready?
Yeah.
Hold on, there it goes. Woke up this morning, I miss the soft touch of your smile. Went to bed this evening without the warmth in your eyes. Come Fridays, miss the walks in the park. Next Tuesday, no sunset before dawn. Andrea, don't you forget this time in your life. Your soul was shining as I held you through the night. I still remember the first time
you asked to kiss me goodnight. Went to bed this evening, just the blue eyes to your soul. Woke up this morning without the warmth of your arms. Well, come Thursday, dates at the spot. And next Monday, oh, the lakes are too far.
Andrea, don't you forget this time in your life. Your soul is shining as I held you through the night. I still remember the first time
you asked to kiss me goodnight.
Forget this time in your life. Your soul was shining as I held you through the night. I still remember the first time
you asked to kiss me goodnight. Kiss me goodnight.
Fantastic, guys. Thanks for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Check out deepshallowband.com for when they're playing out next.